know that a lot of the trash on Santa Rosa Creek gets washed down to the Russian River, so it's kind of a constant flow of trash that we're always dealing with, of just coming downstream from upstream, and it's just constant. So we're always trying to get all the trash that we can. Usually we'll get several hundred pounds of trash per cleanup just right here every month. And that's just a couple hundred pounds that doesn't end up in the oceans.
Trash is a big issue. Obviously, everyone's aware of that trash island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And trash comes from, like, for instance, here. When you look at the trash that flows through this creek here, it comes from the streets themselves, the sidewalks. People don't use the trash cans, or they miss the trash cans. It goes in the gutter, it goes into the storm drains, ends up in this creek. This creek flows into the laguna down there, which eventually flows into the Russian River, which eventually flows out into the ocean. What starts here, in any creek actually, will eventually end up in the ocean, and that's what we want to try to avoid.
Along Santa Rosa Creek, it is still used as salmon rearing habitat, so we do have steelhead that use Santa Rosa Creek to go up to their headwaters up in Hood Mountain to spawn. We also have river otters that come through here. We saw a snowy egret this morning, kingfishers, all sorts of habitat. You know, a lot of people don't realize that we have fish in Santa Rosa Creek, so it's really important, and makes you realize that your daily impacts can really impact the wildlife here. Trash that's flowing out of the car, out of the back of your car, chemicals, other things that make it into the storm drain system can reduce the water quality that we have here in Santa Rosa Creek.
You got people who care and people who don't. And the people who care, I mean, a lot of people do want to get more involved in help their community out. So, you know, we're not the only organization. The City of Santa Rosa also has lots of volunteer opportunities for cleaning up trash at various locations here in the City of Santa Rosa. Education, too, I think is another really critical thing. Benefit of the doubt, you know. I can't really remember in school if we were ever taught about the impact of trash, and I just think there needs to be maybe more education within the schools. That's one of our future goals, is to maybe go into schools and do some little educational thing about that.
We are seeing improvements in our water quality here, especially if you take a step back. Prince Memorial Greenway here is a great example. This reach here was restored starting back in the early 2000s. And before that, in the 50s or 60s, creeks were really seen as just a conduit to get the water out as quickly as possible and reduce flooding. So it was a concrete lined channel, so it didn't have much habitat. So the Prince Memorial Greenway had a large restoration project that increased the habitat, increased the channel diversity and the roughness to have the riparian area regrow and also restore just the fishery habitat as well. Yeah, our volunteer events are a great opportunity to get out and be a part of the creek and a part of your community and learn more about what we have and the resource that's here. There are reoccurring events every first and third Saturday of the month down here at the Prince Memorial Greenway, and other events throughout the city that we hold as a part of the Creek Stewardship Program.